Well, I think there are a number of things that we can do. I think we need to start with the tax policy. As I've mentioned previously, our tax proposals have been rated by the Thomas Jefferson Institute as growing over 58,000 new jobs, and that is in part by clearing the way financially to leave more dollars in businesses. That would increase investment by $650 million and disposable income by about over $3 billion. That is a direction we need to go. Expansion is the best solution. Growth is the best solution. The governor sits atop the regulatory structure of Virginia, and one of the things the governor can do is be extremely aggressive, which I will be, about streamlining those regulatory burdens. From my perspective, the ideal would be that the only regulatory burdens that we're imposing are ones effectively mandated by the federal government, where the state is playing the role of a buffer between the federal government and our businesses here in Virginia. So we can customize as best we can those regulatory burdens to Virginia businesses and to Virginia as a whole. That's something that is very important both to me and I think to the growth opportunities in Virginia, especially as we continue to be hit by the sequester and furloughs, as well as declining, particularly Department of Defense budgets, the military drawdown, but more generally federal budgets shrinking in general, and that hits Virginia much harder than a lot of other states. So we need an aggressive stance on tax policy to grow jobs. We need a governor who is going to be a hawk about new regulatory burdens and who'll call through what we already have to try and reduce the regulatory burdens that we have. I think it's important to remember in many parts of Virginia that the next governor's term is going to be a unique window in several respects. One is the expansion of the opportunity with the port. And as we see more business opportunity, we want to make sure that we have the most competitive environment we can. You mentioned the cost of doing business. We want to keep that down as much as possible. Of course, my tax proposals are focused squarely on that, and particularly overlaying them in time with the opportunity, the competitive advantage we have during the next governor's term with the expansion of the Panama Canal in 2015. By doubling up on our advantages, the Virginia port is uniquely positioned on the East Coast, plus making us more aggressive in tax policy to attract those international businesses, not just distribution businesses, but value-added businesses that affect all of Virginia, where we bring the port's connections to all of Virginia and the benefits of that. You combine that with a determined regulatory restraint, and I think we can really improve our standing both in terms of overall cost of doing business and our competitiveness overall as a business-friendly state, something I'm determined to do.